Okay, so the Entity Tender Committee of the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General Department was just sworn in today. As we are all aware, the Entity Tender Committee is the committee that oversees the procurement of goods and services under the Public Procurement Act and its regulations. And it is supposed to guide the ministry and the department of the Attorney General's Department, to comply with the public procurement laws of the country. We know that when budgetary resources are allocated to any ministry, department, or agency, it is incumbent upon that ministry, department, or agency to spend the resources in accordance with law. Our Public Financial Management Act, and its regulations mandate that the necessary procedures be followed for the disbursement of public resources. And as the Ministry of Justice that, is in charge of prosecution and in charge of law enforcement, we are, very much aware that we have to set the example in complying with the law so that other ministries, departments, and agencies will, follow suit. If you witnessed, the swearing-in ceremony, I admonish the members of the Entity Tender Committee to ensure that the ministry complies, precisely with the laws as stipulated under the Public Procurement Act and its regulations. The reason is simply because we are the ministry that has been, or the department that has been prosecuting public officials for breaches of the Public Procurement Act. And we should be the last to be seen to be breaching the same act that we have been enforcing against other public officials. So I am very hopeful that under my guidance and the guidance of the senior officers, civil servants, the Solicitor General, the Chief Director of the Ministry, the Director of Public Prosecutions, as well as the Director of Legislative Drafting, we will, act together in order to comply with the public procurement laws of the country and to use this allocated to us under the budget, by the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Atufo, very judiciously, so that the ministry can benefit and the country as a whole can also benefit. Thank you.
Is it a point that you have been able to identify some peculiar issues that you think that this is necessary for the Entity Tender Committee to be reminded of their work?
Well, there are no peculiar issues that I have identified since taking over as Minister of Justice and Attorney General. I haven't identified any issues that, have cropped up as a result of, the work of the previous minister and the team. In fact, besides the minister, it's the same team that I have inherited. So there are no peculiar issues. But I think that as in the abundance of caution, we need to let people understand that when they are taking office as public officials, they have to also be reminded not only of the oath that they are swearing, but of the laws that guide us in the conduct of our business as public officials. And that is why I address them on the issue of compliance. It's not because there are peculiar issues to this ministry.